Have you ever wanted to become like this guy, or this guy, or this guy? Although we don't know what methods do they use, there are ways to look and be as calm and serious as they are. But the sad part is, most people will never be able to achieve it. Unless you're a robot, you can't just turn off your emotions, and anyway, you probably wouldn't want to. Instead of lack of emotions, it is more about hard-earned emotional control. But the plot twist is, it is really hard to be able to control your emotions. Your brain hates emotional control. It is because of how we are built. Our limbic system, meaning the part of the brain responsible for generating emotions, is way faster than the parts of our brain that are responsible for logic and self-control. Similarly, our subconscious thoughts are also way faster than our logical thoughts. And so, here we are. Human beings, imperfect, unable to control themselves, constantly bullied by our initial emotions and intrusive thoughts. But there is a way out. The answer lies in self-awareness. It is literally about detaching yourself from your thoughts and emotions. Whenever something comes to your mind, either caused by an external event or by an immediate random thought, there is a short moment in which you can decide whether you want to react to it or not. And this short moment is something most people are terrible at recognizing. Scientifically, it is the moment in which your logical prefrontal cortex can override your limbic system in the brain, which is very hard to do, because as I said earlier, our emotional brain is just way faster. Plus, it is also hard to get into that state, because it requires us to think consciously, and that's what our lazy brain hates. It is very connected to Stoic principles, because of how Stoicism teaches us to question our thoughts. Mindfulness also plays a role. Well, actually we get into that state thanks to being mindful of ourselves. You can try to get into that state now. Try to detach from yourself and look at your thoughts like an observer. In this state you can do various things. You can either critically look at your thoughts related to this video, or turn it into a moment of emotional awareness and try to identify what you feel by watching this video. It is a great feeling when something that would normally get you mad doesn't really do anything to you, because you can question your reaction instead of following it. By the way, if you find this video useful so far, go on, slash that subscribe button into million pieces. A like or comment would also be nice, thanks. But how to actually get into that state more often? There is no one simple answer. Meditation and other mindfulness related habits can help you a lot, but I think the thing that most often helps is just directly trying to get more of these moments. Be slower and more critical of what you think and feel. When you approach the mirror, why do you do so? When someone screams at you, is there any reason to feel any stressed? Getting good at recognizing that moment is a great part of emotional intelligence, and you need years of practice to become an expert in terms of intrapersonal IQ, because that's how long it can take for your brain to physically reform your neural connections. I also am not perfect. I have periods when I completely forget about the importance of checking what's in my brain. Lately, I just somehow reminded myself of the importance of self-awareness. And so, here we have this video. And here's a fun fact. You know why most people don't apply what they learn from self-improvement books and videos? Because they lack self-awareness. They blindly follow their reactions instead of reminding themselves about how they've planned to act differently. Reading about useful stuff doesn't mean applying it to your life. Epictetus stressed about it very heavily, and that's partly why I enjoyed his discourses so much. I also find it very important for me as a Christian. Let's be honest, there are many Christians who act like bad people, because they lack self-control, and they forget about everything Jesus said when the moment of trial comes. There is a long road from being a man-child to becoming a mature Christian and a good person, but the thing is, everyone can grow. Something I like in Christianity very much is how it emphasizes the importance of our development. The importance of how everyone makes mistakes, and how everyone can get over them and become better people, free of sin and unrighteousness. Whether you want to apply to your life some self-improvement concepts, Stoic knowledge, Christian principles, or just want to get more in control of yourself, we can't deny the importance of the short gap between getting something in our brain and reacting to it. And about my fellow Christians, it is really interesting how faith changes who you are. Although I respect everyone's beliefs or lack of specific beliefs, I believe that a man can achieve his full potential only through faith in Jesus. You have been set free from sin and have become slaves to righteousness. Romans 6:18. And if you want to learn some more interesting stuff about high-level self-improvement, I think this video is for you. Although it's not directly related to what you've heard in a moment, it's still a deeply philosophical and psychological topic. It's about how happiness works, backed by science. Thanks for your time. Growth is our duty. Bye.